Okay. Team of Donny Pangilinan and Belle Mariano.
Here, over here.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Stop saying. Hello.
Hi.
A round of applause, guys. We didn't hear Arambulo, but which is the competition for that. Let me turn over the microphone first to our North and Latin America marketing director, Abby Katigbak, for some very important acknowledgements.
Thank you, Larissa. Welcome, Donny and Belle to LA, and thank you everyone for making it. I know it's quite a drive. If you're coming from LA, I heard the traffic was really bad. It was raining, but thank you for making it here today. But the sun is showing, so yay, good for us. Anyway, I would just like to thank everyone for being here, as well as Noipit's Bar and Grill for accommodating us here today. I'd also like to thank our head of PR, Nerissa Fernandez, who's here. Coming all the way from Las Vegas too. And of course, our team members. We have Thea here from TFC Marketing. We have Edith. We have Joey. And of course, Miss Vina all the way there in the back. So thank you all for being here. This is a very special and intimate press conference. But you know what they say, what happens in LA stays in back to Las Vegas. So thank you again for being here, and I guess we can start.
Thank you very much, Abby. He's hardworking. And also acknowledging our TFC representative, Steve, official photographer, Sthanlee, and the press. Okay, let's start. Q&A right away. Okay? First question.
How are you guys?
Good.
Opening remarks muna.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for coming here, guys. Good morning to everyone. My name is Donny.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. Good morning, my name naman is Belle.
We're so excited that after ASAP, we're now promoting our movie here in the US. We had a really fun time back in Vegas. It was an amazing show. Great to be here for our very first show for ASAP. Actually, we've never done ASAP abroad, so that was our very first show for ASAP abroad. And it was just an amazing time. But now we're here for Inconvenient Love, and we can't wait for you guys to see it. It's so cool that it's actually showing here in the US along with other countries as well. So yeah, we're stoked to be here and excited to meet you guys.
Yes guys, November 25.
Is that it? Is it November 25?
November 25.
Okay, cool. November 25, US and Canada.
Thank you, DonBelle. And actually, there were a lot to confirm, and all of them are texting me. We got caught in traffic. You know? Yeah, all of them are texting me. So anyway, let's start the Q&A because I know some of you guys have been here 2 hours ago. Okay.
Wow.
So what's this first question, please? Okay. Introduce yourself, guys. Okay.
Hi, I'm Angel from Asian American Press Club of the US. So, what would you say were the biggest challenges of this film?
Hi.
Hi, Angel.
For me, I think one of the biggest challenges would have to be getting into character. Because coming from that character, we also did previous projects. And this time, our characters are so different. As for me, my characters, honestly, so far from my personality. And just getting into character, but with the help of him, Direk, and everyone, the cast, and plus the environment, it was easier for me to just be my character and do my best to portray her.
Most challenging thing? Maybe there were times we did feel the pressure while shooting because we were also doing a lot of things, but we were in lock-in. So like there was a lot going on outside, but we couldn't leave. Lock-in meaning in the Philippines we stay like in a bubble to shoot. So we were there for a month, if I'm not mistaken, just shooting for the movie every day. The most challenging part would probably be if we have an emotional scene. We can't go home, we can't see our families and stuff, you know what I mean? So it's just like that mental battle you have, just going through, just going through all these emotions. Just going through all these emotions in the lock-in and like coping it with each other. Because sometimes we like take it out of each other too. But yeah, for the most part it was fun working with Direct Peterson Vargas. He's such a cool young up and coming director who's done amazing films before, but this is his first Star Cinema movie. So yeah, just working with him on the set, it felt so young actually. The set it felt so positive, and we all felt that we all were here for a reason, and that was to do our very best to show the first Star Cinema movie in theaters since the pandemic. Yeah, that's it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Edith Andres from Balita in Asian Post. And of course, we want to welcome everyone to Los Angeles. And thank you for coming over. You really make the Filipino community here happy because, when we have such an event, we see more Filipinos, we feel like home, and the hospitality is always there, just like any Filipino. So, well, my first question, I have several questions, okay? First question is, what can we be excited about this movie? Or what makes it different?
Hi, Edith. Edith.
Hello,
Same
guys.
same
Pangalan
name
niyo
lang
po yung manager.
Manager mo. That's it. What makes it exciting? Wow. Well, we haven't had a rom-com in a while. For Star Cinema, we haven't had one in a while. So I think that's, you mean, yung tatak Star Cinema na rom-com na na-miss natin lahat. Siguro yun. And maybe, yeah, that feeling told in a different way with different.
Hindi naman itong millennials
Hello.
lang, di ba?
Sorry po. Hindi po. Actually, yun yung pinaka-proud po kami is that when they were watching the rushes, actually kami wala pa kami napanood eh. Yung trailer pa lang. So we're all gonna watch it. We're all gonna watch it together. But when they watched it, it was all ages. We had like people from the promo team, a lot of young ones. We had our managers like Sir Miko and stuff, the bosses, they were all there for the first preview of like the rushes and stuff, and they said everyone will appreciate this movie. Not just our supporters, but even those who can kind of relate to the characters and feel that love like no other again, told in a different way through different characters. And I mean, if you watch the trailer, you could really kind of feel the kind of vibes that you'll get. But there's so much more that you will see in the movie, and I think just the whole idea again.
Oh, there.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes on and off. Sorry guys, I don't know why. Just the fact that it's told by a young up-and-coming director in Peterson Vargas, I think that's what makes it different and exciting, because it's told in a new way for this generation, but also everyone can watch it and enjoy it, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, and adding to that, just the story itself, really, it's such a good material. The first
Yeah,
time I
that's
read
true.
the script, as in, I really cried. I really did. And that's not without acting or anything. Like, we weren't on set that time pa. And then, it just made me so emotional. And I think once the audience or the viewers see it, ang dami talaga na matututunan.
Yeah, I agree. Also, there's a lot of surprises visually
Oh,
that we
yeah.
cannot spoil. But there will be a lot of things that will be shown here visually that is very different
It's
from the
very
past
new.
Star Cinema movie. So
It's
that's
very
what they can be excited about.
Okay, getting excited na ako.
Yay!
Lisa, can I shoot my next question or do you want me to? Okay. Well, it's for Dawn. Dawn, your mom and I are pretty much in the same time thing. So I know your mom, Marisa Lasa. I know her, but she doesn't know me. Okay. Now, how is this like mom, in the movie entertainment world helps you, or you want to be your own person?
First of all, I want to congratulate my mom. They released the teaser of Ironheart. Tama ba? And she's part of that show, teleserye in ABS-CBN. Yeah, my mom, she's the #1 supporter, I guess, of mine. At first, I always say this in interviews, nung hindi pa ako mapasok sa showbiz, na siya yung pinakaunang tao nagsabi sa akin na huwag ka pumasok. Sabi niya sa akin na, alam ko kung paano yung showbiz, Donny, sinasabi mo lang na gusto mo pumasok, pero pag nandiyan ka na, sasabihin mo na ayaw mo na. Mga ganun. Ang dami niyang sinabi kasi ayaw niya na may anak siya na sa showbiz. But then when she saw that I really wanted to do it, her full support was there. And my parents are those I lean on to every time that, you know, I need guidance, I need support. Obviously, there are times that we also clash, I guess, just like any parent and child. But what I appreciate most about them is they let me go through my path and let me grow and learn. And if I need guidance and advice, they won't hesitate to give that to me. So I think it's great. I love the fact that, you know, she can relate to the craft, and when I throw lines, she's there to help me. If she wants to give me advice on the script, she's actually the first person who reads the script. Anything I do, my mom. So I actually ask her first what she thinks about it. There have been times she said she doesn't like it, and I wouldn't do it. And there are times she said she loves it, and she tells me like, oh, maybe we can do this better, you know, those stuff. So her mindset of things is very important to me. Yeah.
Okay, for Belle. Belle, I've seen you grow. Kasi fan ako ng ng mga Filipino shows. So, even we're here in the United States for a long time, naka-switch pa rin ako sa mga so my heart is still there. Okay, but so I've seen you grow with, you know, yung mga kiddie shows. But my question here as a mom is, how's your studies?
Oh yeah, you know, I'm actually gonna start na. Yeah, I started na. I haven't been doing it because we were so busy with the whole tour. But yeah, I actually started already. And yeah, I have a lot of pending assignments. Yeah, I'm back to school.
That's why. And I'm glad that, you know, you are in this movie, your own movie now. And we can just see how you're growing in the industry. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Good questions, good answers. Okay, Nikki.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Hi, DonBelle. Good to see you guys again and in person. It's so mind-blowing to me to see you live because we're always on Zoom together. Congratulations on an Inconvenient Love. It seems like the characters in this movie are a lot more mature. I think your characters in A Love is Colorblind were the storyline was pretty heavy too, but how did you guys prepare for these roles, especially during a very busy schedule for you? I think at the time you were on tour for Star Magic and traveling all over the place, so how did you guys prepare?
We actually really dedicated time to prepare for our characters. We had workshops as well to direct. We read the script and everything. For me, I think what really helped me the most to get into character was the whole environment of the set. Because then, in and out of the camera, we were just our characters. I personally was just AF the whole entire lock-in. Like, almost. Yeah, not entirely, but most of the time I was AF there.
We went through this like immersion because I'm a plantito by day, like I say, and activist by night. So I actually had one-on-one sessions with a terrarium artist, because that's Manny's passion, is making terrariums, which are small environments like where these plants like these can live in without really much support from people. They just grow by themselves and thrive. You just put like small ants or whatever. Yeah, it's like this small ecosystem. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we went through that. Belle actually went through that with an animation artist as well, because she's a animation artist here in the film. And not just that, it's more of, like she said, it's more of the environment you get from the set. After workshops, yeah, that's all part of it, but when you're actually in the set itself, just the support you get from all the co-actors, the directors, producers, everyone, they really make you feel supported and easily able to get into character. Like even for me to be able to ride a big bike, that was my first time. So if you see one of our teaser posters is us in a motorcycle. Yeah, and I've never learned how to ride a big bike. I had to learn for the movie. So there are a lot of things I did just for the movie so that we could really get a better picture of Manny and Ayef. But more importantly, I think at the end of the day, after all of this, we just feel our characters and really see what we can give to put in their shoes so that we can hopefully give just the best rendition of them to the audience. Yeah.
That's awesome. And one more question. We actually reached out to your bubblies because you know how passionate they are and how much they care about you guys. And they wanted to know that since you guys have been a love team for a few years now, you've been able to experience so many things together. What is one moment that you want to relive?
Relive?
Yeah. Maybe an experience that you guys did together that you want to relive. That's really, I know, it's hard. I know.
Sorry, we're like,
Thinking.
what's something we want to relive? Recently, I think a big thing would be our entrance when we entered Araneta with the crowd of Listen to Her for our ending, our finale, and everyone was there, and that's the first time we saw, you know, a packed crowd like that. Just
You know that time, I'm so excited. Doon there. You know that time where we sang Bubbly?
yeah. yes.
That moment I want to relive.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. With everyone just singing along, and I think celebrating with all the supporters, everyone who watched the show, and just capping it off there with a cherry on top.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Angel again? Yeah.
Angel
Yeah.
again. So we had a blast working with Jody and Coco here in Los Angeles. So how would you feel about doing a DonBelle film here in LA?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Tara na, gawin na natin.
Yeah. Of course. We would love to do that.
We haven't ever shot internationally. We were supposed to. We had a movie set for abroad, but because of the pandemic, it got pushed back. But we were already ready to go there. So, yeah, I mean, any project actually here would be really fun. I'd really like to explore the dynamics of that and how different it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Thank you. Oliver.
Hi, my name is Oliver Garnay from HollywoodFlip.com YouTube channel, and then an entertainment online magazine, HollywoodFlip.com, since 1999. My first question is, you've worked with you've worked with a couple of senior stars in this movie, so like There's a Third and some others. Have you had a moment where, the personal moments where they were able to give you some good advices in this industry?
Thank you. Hello, boss. Is there something?
What's the question?
Yeah, it was clear. Hi, Sir Oliver. Yeah, like you said, si Tito Pip, grabe siya yung tatay ko sa movie eh. So, it was my first time working with him. He's so professional. And there was a moment na naging personal. I think it was like, after a big scene we both did, he went up to me, kasi hindi pa tapos yung shot ko. So sabi niya sa akin, we looked at the script once and he was like, try saying this line like this. Ibahin mo ng ibahin mo yung ibahin mo ng konti yung word na to. So pinalit namin yung word. Pero ang laki ng impact niya. So I think it just reminded me that those small things really, like, he really sees, and you just really see like what experience can do while working on the film. So being in the set with just all those amazing actors, there was one scene we did, like, we were all together, all of us, and it was an amazing scene. It was one of my favorite scenes actually in the movie, and it felt surreal because you just have all this talent in this room, all this experience in this room, and you feed off of it. So that's something I'm excited to see.
As for me, there was this one scene, one scene I shot with Kuya MP. That time, kasi it was an emotional scene, so my emotions were very heightened that time. And after we shot that whole thing, I wasn't very proud of what I did. But then I asked Direk, how was it? And then he said, oh, it was okay, you did really well. And then I asked Kuya Epi, did you feel my character in that scene? Because sabi niya, Belle, alam mo, just trust the process, trust Direk. Direk is the one who's directing everything, and he sees the entire view of the entire show. And then from there on, I think mas nag-gain pa yung trust ko sa mga kasama ko. So yeah, I was reminded of that again, to trust everyone who's working with you.
I have another question. Merong issue, probably not an issue, about Aldab. They were love team before, and then now parang hindi pa rin nakapaniwala yung mga fans nila na hindi na sila. My question is, in your opinion, when is the time where a love team is inconvenient and convenient?
When you're maybe when you're not being a team anymore.
Yeah, I think the number one thing that needs to be there is communication and support. To answer your question, it becomes inconvenient kung nawala yun. Kasi mahirap yun, mahirap magkaroon ng chemistry, mahirap magtrabaho, kung wala ng support sa isa't isa, kung wala ng communication. However, I think we do a good job of looking at the convenient side of stuff. Because it's hard to focus on the stuff that doesn't make sense, diba? So I think that's something we really try to create, is that atmosphere where we're allowed to be supportive to each other, and we're allowed to communicate what we feel, how we feel it, what we can do to like improve on certain things. So it's true, there are a lot of inconveniences and conveniences, just like any, anything in life, any relationship in life, that's there. But the question is, like, what will you do from there on? Is it just gonna be like that, or are you gonna see things from a different perspective? So it's fun though. It's fun. And I love working with them.
I agree. For me, I think it's inconvenient when you're not helping each other grow anymore. When you're not supportive of one another, when you're not communicating. And I totally agree with what he said. It's just a matter of seeing things on a different perspective.
Belisa, what would be your dream roles?
Oh, I've actually answered this before. I've always wanted to try a bida kontra bida role. I think that would be so challenging kasi, but it's a healthy challenge for me. Grabe naman sa ako. Dito ako Yeah.
Bida kontra bida. Ako naman, gusto ko mag-action. Action po. One day, just probably train for, I don't know, something. Just get myself out of my comfort zone in the future. Superhero movie, wow. Something like that.
Thank you. We'll be watching your film here in the 25th.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Oliver. Steve?
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, lovelies. Steve Angeles from TFC and Zoom.
We were with
You're
you.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Congrats to you. I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. Saying I missed ASAP this weekend. Selections here also, so I don't know, I'm everywhere. So I guess my question is, especially since we first met on Zoom, and I think He's Into Her was the first time we really started to get to know you, especially here in the US. How do you feel about, did you imagine these fans would be at the hotel lobby, that you'd be on these media tours, and I mean, most sought after Star Magic. Now you had your concert back home, then came back, so did you imagine this whirlwind of when you get, I know you had Manny and Ayef also, so did you imagine that you'd have all this fanfare and adventures a couple of years back?
Oh, wow. To answer your question, simply no, we did not expect, because I think going into, like you said, He's Into Her, we were all just very hopeful that people would love the show and enjoy the show. So our expectations were, we didn't really have that much expectations, because we didn't know. First of all, during that time, we were also going through a lot with pandemic, ABS-CBN. We didn't even know if there was going to be a show. If it was still going to be, pushed through and it will be released to the platform. So just having it released was our concern at that time. So the fact that it was able to be released online and the reception was good and people were relating and moved by the story, that was all plus plus plus. And this is mega plus plus plus. I never expected, especially now, and so it was so hard to travel even last year, that we'd be able to have a media tour for our movie abroad. And I think this isn't the last one as well. After this, we go to 2 other countries or more, if I'm not mistaken, to also promote our movie. Of course, we'll be going around the Philippines too. So we really feel grateful to be here, to meet you guys. It's such an honor to see you here, especially when we're able to meet our supporters from abroad, because we don't really get to see them in our events in the Philippines. But we really feel their presence, especially in social media, all the efforts they do, the billboards, even here in the States, we see a lot of the billboards. In New York, I remember we went to Times Square and we saw the big billboard of us during that time for Star Magic. So yeah, we truly feel their efforts. It's really appreciated. And this is our way of giving back to them, this movie. This is really our thank you. And we really hope that come November 25 here in the US, that they just love it, they enjoy, they bring their family and friends, because they deserve it too. So it's fun, it's fun.
Honestly, at first, I wasn't really expecting anything. Really, but then I never expected any of this to happen. And honestly, now I'm just so grateful that we are able to not just meet our fans in the Philippines, but also here, and to be given this opportunity to be with you guys as well, and to be able to promote our movie internationally. I'm truly grateful, and it's so humbling. Yeah, I'll forever be grateful for this.
So good. But also, well, of course, I wanted to ask about the movie specifically. I know music is always, lagi din ang mga soundtracks sa ibang projects mo. What can we expect from the soundtrack for Inconvenient Love?
Ooh, we do have,
Okay.
but we also do have songs they haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
With great artists, you all know them. So we won't reveal that much. Just know that.
I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna be LSL.
Yeah.
Me too.
But this song though by Beanie, we really love it. It really fits. Thank you so much, Beanie, for Huwag Na Tayong Umuwi.
Yeah.
I think it matches the vibe of the movie. Yes, I agree with you. The soundtrack's a big part. So I'm excited also to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you guys in 2 more days.
Yes, yes. We'll see you tomorrow.
Be here tomorrow.
Question?
I'm gonna.
Okay, Sthanlee, right?
Hi, my name is Sthanlee. I'm from Asian American Press Club of the US and also India, also called Filipinos. I have a question. Actually, this movie I'm very, very excited and Inconvenient Love because I think in the synopsis of it, it talks about making sacrifices to achieve your goal. So I know you guys are in character, but actually, I think many of us probably went through that and lived that. What would be your advice for people like us that went through it, or that if they have a goal and love came by, what would be your advice for that person?
Obviously, I think everyone's very different. Everyone has different paths. Everyone goes through so many things. We have different dreams. But in general, I think a good mindset to have is, if not now, when? For those certain dreams. You have to know like where your heart is. Is your heart really in this area, or is it just something you don't really want to do? So, especially when we were shooting the movie, obviously the characters really relate to this. The biggest thing I learned is that just stay true to yourself. Never lose who you really are. And find that thing that makes you... Hello, there. Find that thing that makes you just excited and on fire. And go with it. And whatever comes, you know, like, if certain things don't work out, hey, at least you tried. If you fail in this particular aspect, great, try another thing, you know. And if you try again, there, we're trying again. but yeah, you'll never regret it in the long run. Maybe this year you will, next year you will. But if you really look at it 10 years from now, I promise you'll give yourself a pat on the back for trying. And it's never too late to get back up from those things. And when the time comes that you finally found what you really love to do, that dream of yours, then you'll realize everything was worth it. All the sacrifice, all the efforts. Just like right now, that's how it feels. Everything is worth it. Just seeing you guys here, it really feels like it's worth it. And you want to try more things. It's a never-ending process. Yeah.
Sorry, can I clarify the question?
No, sorry, the question is, your character is doing the best he can to achieve your dream goal. Sometimes, when it's in common knowledge that your mom tells you, mag-aral ka muna, wag ka na mag-boyfriend, girlfriend. So, for you, in instance, what would be your advice if you want to achieve that goal, like in the movie, and someone like Manny comes to you, what would be your advice in terms of, are you going to go focus and ignore the love, or what would be your advice for focusing your goal?
Well, for me, I think you can love and your goals. It actually can go hand in hand for me personally, because it's a matter of support. If that person loves you, he or she will support you in whatever you want to do. So it's a matter of support, and yeah, I think it can go hand in hand. You can live the best of both worlds in those aspects.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, Edith.
Sorry.
No worries.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, we know that you are influencers, especially your age. And how do you take care of your image and how you influence your viewers, especially your generation? Are you picky with your roles, making sure that you are in the right track, showing what is the right thing to do?
Of course, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes in terms of like the projects we do. It's not just like, okay, we'll do this. Of course, we really do go through it. We make sure that for the most part, we believe in the story and we'd love to portray the characters. And another thing, as actors, we're able to grow and we're able to, do stuff we haven't done before. So yeah, there are a lot of things that are taken into account. And in terms of being an influence, we really love to share stories that can change people's lives, inspire them, motivate them, just remind them of how great life can be. And if a story has that in them, then we'd love to do that. So yeah, we'd love our roles to do just that. And we also talk about it. We talk about like, maybe we can do this better, or let's not do this. It won't really fit our personality as well, or if we're not comfortable in doing certain things, we also talk about that. So there's a lot of communication involved. But I agree with you. It's something that has to be thought of, like how the audience will receive it too. Yeah.
Do you have already like plans in the future as far as your career is concerned? Like, more movies, shows after this?
I think all our focus is here first in this movie. Of course, we do have stuff to do after it, but we're just so focused on making sure that people enjoy it and that it's received not just in the Philippines, but internationally, like here. Yeah.
Well, I just want to wish you, first, congratulations and wish you and bless you for this, your shows and movies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angel.
So, speaking of love, what do you love about each other?
Wow, it's like what do we love about it? What do we love about each other? I love your outfit. Nice. We didn't talk about it, but we both came out with this and like a sweater this morning in the lobby. We saw each other, like, wow, we're matching. And it usually happens in a lot of events. We're like matching, so yeah. Well, the biggest thing I would say is that, number one, even if Belle has been in the industry even longer than I have, she's been here for 11 years, you still feel that she's very grounded and that she's still very, very eager to grow and learn, and she doesn't make it seem like she's got it all figured out in a good way. Because sometimes if you have that parang okay na ako, ang dami ko nang nagawa, parang napatunayan ko na sa lahat, sometimes that could be a step back because, okay, so what's left to prove to yourself, to others, to to learn, to grow, So I feel that she's always trying to become a better version of herself. Not just in acting, but like in life in general, and that's something very cool. Something that inspires me. Just how strong she is and how she never gives up. And I think that's also reflected in her craft and her family as well, just how much she loves her family. But there's a lot of things. That probably is the most evident right now for me. Yeah.
As for me, he's a man of integrity. He's very trustworthy. He's also very generous. And yeah, those are just some stuff that I really do appreciate about him. And he's a great partner, but other than being a great partner, he's a great best friend. Yeah.
Good answer. Mr. Oliver, great answers, great questions.
After pandemic, I know that Made in Malacanang is at 28. Now, a couple of movies, hindi lahat ganun ang response ng mga tao. So, Are there any pressure from your end about this movie being shown in the Philippines and also here? Anong pressure? Meron pressure? Meron kayo nafe-feel? Anong nafe-feel mo?
Wow, thank you for that question, Sir Oliver. Siyempre, to be honest, hindi mawawala yun, di ba? Karga namin yun kasi siyempre, like we said a while ago, hindi kami sure kung anong mangyayari sa cinemas because, like I said, it's been a while since Star Cinema released a movie that will be out only in the theaters, and not very different from our previous movie, which was online. So yes, the pressure is there. But right now, I think our focus really is to just trust the process and go through what needs to be done. We really work very hard to make this movie what it is now. But not just us. What you see here is just like the front, who show up at the camera and who says hi to you guys, like in the media or in the press to go on tour. But there is literally a whole village and a whole team with the promo people, the cast, our producers, all the way to like our stylists, like everyone who did the production, like the art department, who really made us feel like this is something we all work hard for and something that we're very proud of. So I think there's also that level of trust in the rec and the management that we have something good to offer. And we really hope this can touch the Filipinos' heart. But not just the Filipinos, but also everyone abroad. Everyone abroad. And we also hope that this movie has the power to change this mind. But yeah, to answer your question, it is there, but we are still very grateful to be in this position. And more importantly, we are proud that we are able to release Filipino movies, you know, made by Filipinos and loved by not just Filipinos. So that's the biggest blessing, really. It's just giving back to our Filipino film industry. Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Oh yeah, I agree with what he said. Of course, there's pressure, but right as of this moment, what I do feel right now is I'm very excited because in 2 weeks in the Philippines we're actually going to be showing. Yeah. So I'm very excited kung ano yung mga feedback nila, and honestly, I'm just very excited for the movie to touch Filipinos' lives as well, and just from us people to learn from the movie.
So if I'm not only a fan of your love team, what would be the takeaway from this film after watching it?
To be honest, that's something we discussed even before filming. That we're making a movie, of course, that will cater to our supporters, but more importantly, we're making a movie that will be able to touch not just our supporters' lives, but everyone who watches it, every age, no matter where you're from, every background. Like, it's something that we really feel iba yung magiging atake sa'yo, like when you watch it. There's gonna be, everyone will have their own view of things. And just hearing the feedback, like when we have our bosses text us na, hey, this is something different. And we really feel like audiences from all levels will love it. That's something very touching and very motivating to just, you know, do our best all the way to the premiere night. So yeah, everyone can expect just that feeling we all missed from rom-com Star Cinema, and also just told in a different way through different characters, through this generation. And like we said a while ago, to be very excited about how this movie will be shown visually, and through the eyes of an up-and-coming young director, Direk Peterson Vargas. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's me again, sorry. So I'm being told by your fans, because I'm on Instagram Live right now.
What time is it?
12, 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And there's like almost 300 people on here, so if you guys they're telling me that it's your anniversary today. Happy 3rd year anniversary. So this is extra
Yeah,
special.
that's mark 3 years
Wow.
since our
Happy anniversary, guys. Well, my question is, since you guys are really the hottest names right now, what do you think is the it factor that DonBelle has?
Yeah, I know. yeah, we're always asked this question. I don't know. Honestly, we're just being ourselves. We're just being genuine with what we show and what we truly are. Really, that's how. Hello? Hello? Huh? Yeah. Oh, did you guys hear me? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, we're just really us right now.
Yeah, I think it's something we don't really think about, like, oh my gosh, what makes this work? Because when we're working and when we're like doing our projects and stuff, or like meeting our supporters, we're just being ourselves. So maybe that's it. It's just not really thinking so much about what other people have to say, what other people have to say about what we have to do here, how we have to project here. It's just working hard, learning together, growing together, making mistakes and getting back up from them, learning from those who have gone before us, having a close group that we're able to ask advice from and support from, and those people who can like lead us towards like the right direction. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It takes a village, like they say. So we're just going with the flow ourselves and just being ourselves. And we're grateful for all the support, and it's very humbling for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's 3:30 in the morning. And
Good
everyone,
morning.
yeah, they're online.
Good morning to everyone.
Good night and good morning.
Happy anniversary, DonBelle. We love you guys.
Happy anniversary, DonBelle. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nikki. And last two questions, Abby has a question.
Well, no, I'm not actually part of the press, but I do just want to share my experience with DonBelle when we were in Star Magic. We actually were able to encounter non-Filipino fans. So there was one who was, I think she was from Ghana, and then one is Thai, and then another one, not Filipino, but also Asian. And then they said they watched your movie, Love is Colorblind, and Netflix, and then they Googled for these people, looked you up on Instagram, then saw that you were promoting the Star Magic show, Googled Star Magic show in New York, and then went all the way there. So it's kind of a 360 experience for them, from discovery to following, lurking on their Instagram, their personal profiles, all the way to experiencing them live on Star Magic. And my question is, how does it feel to be a real representation of Filipino talent, the amazing talent that we have, and you are actually the gateway to non-Filipinos to discover more of the amazing talent that we have?
Thank you, Abby.
Well, first of all, I am very proud to be a Filipino, really, and I'm so glad that we are actually given this platform to just share our talents and just how amazing Filipino talents are. And yeah, not just me, but I'm actually surrounded with, like you guys, I'm surrounded with such amazing Filipinos, such talented Filipinos, right?
Yeah, it's always weird in a good way when someone tells you they support you, but they don't speak, or they're not Filipino. It's really cool. It's a weird cool because it doesn't feel real. Parang it's so surreal. It's so surreal that we're able to reach not just Filipinos with our stories that we tell. And I think that's one of the best things of being able to do what we do, is that we're able to touch many different lives. And like you said, just share the stories of us Filipinos and share what we go through with like our families. This is a rom-com, so like so many different things, our dreams, our aspirations, and that we're able to represent Filipinos in a global aspect. It's always a blessing. Yeah.
Great. Okay, my question. So before I came here, I started reading more about the phenomenon of love teams. Okay, so it seems like in the history of Philippine cinema, A love team is, at least in the history of Philippine cinema, a love team is a heterosexual pairing, meaning an actor and an actress, of which the foundation is kilig. You know, kilig is something we can't define, but we know it when we see it and we feel it. And uniquely, kilig is actually, it sells more than sex in the Philippines. Why do you think that's so? Why is it that people are more, at least Filipinos, gravitate more to something as wholesome as the kilig love teams rather than in the US and in Europe, sometimes it gets really dark. You know, I mean, like a film of Timothy Chalamet is coming out, it's all about them being cannibals. And it's really dark. So I'm asking, why is it among Filipinos, they're still looking for that innocent kilig?
Well, I guess what is it about Filipinos is that, for the most part, we're very happy and bubbly and positive, right? A lot of people say like Filipinos, iba yung saya nila. So I guess the saya na nakukuha nila sa kilig, being able to share that with, you know, especially when you're with your family, you're watching with a lot of people, you're all going through the emotions together. Even we felt that when we were watching Into Her or like even other movies together with our friends and families. It's different when you watch a Filipino film na ganun, tapos yung mga sigawan lahat, yung ganun. I think very Pinoy yun. And it's something, I don't know why, when it started, how it started. But
I think it's because it's such a known feeling as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, not just the young ones, but also the ones, everyone feels kilig, diba? So everyone can actually relate.
Yeah, there is no age in kilig.
Yeah,
that's the magic, that's the secret. It touches every audience, just like love. There is no age in which you can't feel love. So yeah, just being able to share that with everyone in the room and go through those emotions, it's always a good feeling, especially when you're able to take a breather from everything right now, which is why I think this movie is very timely, because it will give you that kilig, yes, given na yun, pero much more than that, just the values it would instill, and like the lessons learned from, okay, what happens if it does get inconvenient? What do we do from there? Do we choose to forget about our dreams, forget about our loved ones, our family, just for the sake of this, or are we gonna fight for it? And a lot of people, I think, actually are in this position right now. They're torn back between like, okay, I love doing this is my dream, this is the job I want, but I love staying here as well, this is my comfort zone, am I willing to take that risk? So yes, the kilig will always be there, but there's so much more to it, yeah.
Thank you very much, thank you. And before you invite the fans, there is somebody who's gonna, Mark's gonna ask a question. Mark, there you go.
Hi guys, good morning.
Hi.
So, having worked with the likes of John Dale Garcia, right, and other people from Philippines, I always hear about how great you guys are. We were just talking about values. How do you guys do it? Like everyone loves you guys so much. You guys have such wonderful ethic, though, and such kindness and humility. How do you do it despite the fame?
I think it's a big thing is who we surround ourselves with. But one thing we always remind people is that we're also human, and we do make mistakes. And I think the most important thing is what you do when that happens, and also like what voice do you listen to? Because especially in showbiz, there are so many voices and so many people talking from different directions, and it does get confusing at times, like who to listen to and where to put your time and energy and efforts. Even in social media, there's a lot of toxicity too. Yes, of course we do have a lot of supporters, but there are also those who, you know those people who just choose to spread negativity and put down your day. so the most important thing is like, where do we put our trust, our time, our efforts? Who do we choose to believe in? And I think, obviously, like the people who remind us of who we are, our families, our friends. Obviously, God is a big thing in this. We wouldn't be here without Him. And yeah, just making sure that in everything we do, we never forget our roots and where we came from and why we do what we do in the first place, because that's a big part. The fact that we're able to somehow change people's lives in small ways, that's something not a lot of people have the opportunity to do. So yeah, we just choose to be ourselves and remain grateful for what we have, but at the same time, never settle for just mediocrity. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's all, really for me, I think it's who you surround yourself with and your environment. If they are the ones who are a good influence to you as well, then you're able to influence in a good way as well. So yeah, I agree with what you said.
Wonderful. Okay, Donny and Belle, please invite your millions of fans, okay, to this very special Thanksgiving offering. Because it's a Thanksgiving offering for us in the United States. Okay, go ahead.
Wow, everyone in the United States, this is it. In around 2 weeks, our movie, An Inconvenient Love, will be showing. We are so excited to offer this story of just love and life in general to you guys. This is Star Cinema's first theatrical release since the pandemic, and we haven't had a rom-com in a while, so we're just excited to share this story with you. Directed by Peterson Vargas, of course, alongside a great cast. Yes, me and Belle are here, but there's a lot of people in the movie as well. We can't wait for you guys to see this and enjoy. We love you, and thank you to everyone who already has reserved tickets to block screenings. We heard. Yeah, thank you guys.
First of all, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Really, this time was so amazing. Yeah, we're inviting you this November 25th, right? November 25th here. Yeah, let's continue to support Filipino movie. Yeah, the list is here, guys. It's here. So in case you need, yeah, let's continue to support Filipino talent and Filipino movies as well. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy the movie this November 25th.